Hello everybody, welcome to Sunny Walkden. So I was going through the news. I try and keep my finger on the pulse. There was a big story over Christmas that I missed. There's an organization that is international. It's an American organization. I've got playing in the background a video, top 5 terrorists around the world, top 5 terrorist organizations and how bad they are. And it'll come apparent why I'm doing that. So there's an organization that's American. It was set up by Mark Wallace and Francis Townsend, who both worked in the George H.W. Bush administration, which obviously Republican politics in America. George H.W., he was notable for going to war against Iraq, bombing Saddam, and a few other things, good old H.W. Not to be confused with his son, George W., who finished off his daddy's work and got Saddam Hussein executed for threatening his dad. So, that aside, the Counter-Extremism Project came out on Christmas, compiling a list of the top 20, let me get to it, the top 20 most dangerous, obviously not these guys, pussies, top 20 most dangerous extremists around the world. And to my surprise, I was like, well, no, I'll tell you how I got to it. I go on Twitter. I was like, what's trending on Twitter? I'm an NPC today. I'm not going to search for anything. What's trending in the UK? Tommy Robinson with like 10,000 tweets in the last hour. I was like, there's a name I've not thought about for a couple of years. Is he still going? Is he still Robinsoning, whatever he does with his organizations? And for my international audience, if you don't know who Tommy Robinson is, I will briefly read from his Wikipedia entry. And we all know it's all, we all know, but just to show you what I'm reading. Stephen Christopher Yaxley Lennon, he's 39 years old, better known as Tommy Robinson, which is his media name, is a British far-right anti-Islam activist and convicted criminal. He is the co-founder and former leader of the English Defence League and later served as political advisor to former United Kingdom Independence Party UKIP leader Gerard Batten. And I think most of my viewers will know Tommy Robinson mostly for his last arrest. He was outside Leeds Crown Court. He was filming some of the defendants in the bad mass grooming gang, rape gang scandal of how do I describe it in the most inoffensive way? The big scandal in the UK of large groups of men of Pakistani descent, seems to have been most of it, that were grooming and abusing young girls. I'm not going to get any further into it. But as you can see behind me, that looks like Mumbai, 180 dead, 15 Lakshar Islam guys with AK-47s running around Bombay, shooting everyone. Now that is a terrorist. That's a pretty bad terrorist. Okay. And I'm going to try not to be flippant. I'm not going to play down any of these stories. I'm just surprised that Tommy Robinson has made the top 20 terrorists in the world. Now let's imagine the Kenya bombings, the Tanzania bombings. Imagine 9/11. Imagine the tube bombings, Manchester Arena, 22 dead, including an 8-year-old girl. Imagine Al-Shabaab in Somalia, Boko Haram kidnapping 300 little girls at once from a school, killing half of them. There's a lot of terror in this world. There's the Aryan Brotherhood in America's 20,000 members in and out of prison. The Aryan Brotherhood, I think, of any gang. Okay, no, let me rewind and rehash. The Aryan Brotherhood commits an inordinately large amount of murders in and out of prison, considering their relatively small size in numbers, 10 to 20,000 people. Now that's a bad group of racially identified terrorists. So Tommy Robinson, he's down mostly as an activist. If you look on here in the brackets, can you see that? Tommy Robinson, activist. And whether you agree or disagree with his politics, I'll be transparent. I disagree with his politics. I think amazing people not him, but amazing people can be found in every single religion, every single walk of life. There is nobility, there is beauty, truth, and love and kindness in human beings of every religion. And no single religion on earth has the absolute keys to the truth. Maybe none of them do. But there you go. Look, I'm a centrist. I don't believe in ideologies. Ideologies is a 20th century thing. Led to a lot of problems. Ideologies, they're like stunted worldviews. I'm far left, or I'm far right, or I hate Muzzies, or I hate Jews, or it's you become a caricature of a person because there's a million shades of grey. There's no black and white. Only retards and the foolish deal in absolutes, and the Sith. So to continue, okay. So the big story: counter-extremism project has labeled Tommy Robinson as number 20 in the top 20 terrorists. He's up there alongside Boko Haram, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, people who, blew up 300 kids in a Russian school. He's up there with those guys. And I saw a little, some live stream that Tommy Robinson did going, the reason they're doing this, they're going to take me down. Obviously, they're moving on to domestic terrorism, domestic extremism, etc., etc. Not domestic in the house, not domestic, I'm going to go cook some eggs on toast. Domestic as in within the same country. So it was actually the Sun newspaper that broke the story. There's a few other ones doing it as well. And let's go through the list. So here we are. Top 20 dangerous extreme, not just extreme, there's not trump cards. It's not like saying, wow, he's an effective terrorist. These are dangerous people. So number 1, we have Hassan Nasrallah. He's like the main man in Hezbollah. He's one of the main enemies of Israel. Hezbollah was a kind of Muslim paramilitary. Ended up being the biggest political force in Lebanese politics. I don't know too much about Lebanon politics, but I know that by law they have to have a Muslim prime minister, a Christian president, and a kind of Druze House of Representatives leader, something like that. They have to keep one guy in each thing. So Hassan Nasrallah, number 1, the most dangerous terrorist on earth. And though he's chubby, though he's probably got a couple of PhDs from a few universities in Cairo and Damascus, though he's got his little glasses on and his nice little robe, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. But obviously for all his supporters within Hezbollah, he's like, woo, top number 1 freedom fighter. Okay, so number 2, we have Amir Muhammad Saeed Abdul Rahman al-Mahwala. And he is the current ISIS caliph. Moving on, number 3, who's the third? Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of Hamas, political leader of Hamas. He is a very rich individual. He likes nothing. I'm gonna be careful what I say. I don't want to make enemies. But if you think Hamas political chief is a good guy, maybe you need to study a little bit more, do a few more prayers, and go back to school and get some real heroes like Frederick Douglass or nice people, good people. Well, Ismail Haniyeh, he has a couple of mansions in Qatar and Doha. For some reason, the Al Thani regime in Doha, big fans of Hamas. At the same time, they're doing trade with Israel, friends with Israel. The only people Qatar's not friends with is Saudi Arabia. There's a whole rivalry thing going on. So Hamas political chief number 3. Oh, here's a new one. Number 4. Where is she? Come on, phone. Oh, for fancy that. The year is 2022. We've got HTML5, all sorts of things, Androids, and what are they calling it these days? Like Nutella goatsy sandwich. We're on the Nutella goatsy sandwich version of Android, but when you turn your phone, it loses everything. So number 4 is Beate Zschäpe. Beate Zschäpe is a German right-wing domestic extremist, and she is the member of the National Socialist Underground organization. National Socialist? What's that? That's Nazi. And she was a bank robber. She's serving lifelong imprisonment for murdering 10 immigrants. So yeah, nasty piece of work there. Killing random people just because they're immigrants. That retarded. That's retarded. Okay. Oh, here we go. The Muzzies have got a strong showing in the top 20. In fact, it's strong showing in the top 5. Number 5, Islamist theologian Yusuf al-Qaradawi. Here he is. And by the look of him, is he Indonesia or Philippines? Or is it something like that? Anyway, here we go. No! Doesn't matter where he's from. He's the chief ideologue of the Muslim Brotherhood. Do you remember when President Morsi took power? They had free elections in Egypt, the first ones in ever, since the pharaohs. They're like, yay, free elections. What did the people do? They elected the extremist Muslim Brotherhood, President Morsi. He served for all of 17 minutes, and then the Egyptian military said, no, it's all getting a bit too theological. We are a secular nation. We're not going to be all religious. And so they took out the Muslim Brotherhood from power. Okay, well, there you go. So moving on, I think it's worth. We'll do a couple more, then we'll jump to 20. We'll have a look at what they say for Tommy Robinson. So okay, so number 6, we'll do. No, he's anonymous Russian guy. We'll get to number 7. Oh, here's a good one. Can you believe a Buddhist monk from Burma, Myanmar? Buddhist monk is the counter-extremism project's number 7 in terms of most dangerous terrorists. And Ashin Wirathu, the kind of robe. Look at that, it's cocked it again. Android's cocked it again. He was famous for expelling the Rohingya Muslims out of Burma back in the day. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom until we see our... Oh no, wait, hold on. This has all gone wrong. I need to pause it. Guys, you're going to think I'm crazy or I'm not researching properly, but you won't believe this. In the last hour where I started compiling and having a look at this information, in the last hour, Tommy Robinson has been removed from the Counter-Extremism Project's top 20 terrorists. I'm going to show you evidence. Please talk quietly amongst yourselves and enjoy the content of whatever terroristy things they're showing there. But we're here on Tommy Robinson's been replaced by another, what they call right-wing terrorist, David Myatt. Here's number 20. David Myatt, right-wing, American, Order of this, Order of Nine Angels, UK-based Nazi Satanist occult group. Again, very bad people. Very, very... Number 19. Number 19 is Miss Tumba Gondal, a member of ISIS. Number 18, Samantha Lewthwaite. You remember this lady all over the UK press? She looks like some sort of middle-aged, normal Coronation Street viewer now, apparently, according to the UK press. She's like the most dangerous, influential terrorist in the world. Yeah, all they've got is a nice little old photo of her, middle-aged woman. And again, in the kind of high teens, you've got a lot of European. Here's Simon Lindberg, leader of the Nordic resistance movement in Sweden. So just to show you guys that I'm telling you the truth, that he has literally been removed today. The Sun, and it's all over the internet. The Sun did a story. The Sun is owned by Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox, who owns Sky TV. Top 20 terrorists, and Chowdhury's in there. Tommy Robinson coming in at a number 10. And I checked their terror list on The Sun to the Counter-Extremism Project earlier today. And yeah, Tommy Robinson was on there. And now he's not. Now he's not what? So is he dangerous or is he not? What the hell's going on there? Bloody hell, a bit of bukkake out in the street. But it just gets weirder and weirder. And I was going to do a nice little rant at the end and say that, for centrists like myself, for people who try not to have extreme ideologies, we shouldn't make bogeymen out of people who are fading away. Tommy Robinson fading away. It's like he's on the last ferry out of the Isle of Skye. And yet he's now on a list with a whole bunch of beheaders and child murderers and people who blow up schools. What? Look, what the Counter-Extremism Project has done, they've given him back his relevancy, they've given him back his mojo, they've almost given him back his balls, because he styles himself as an anti-establishment. He's been convicted of journalism. He's standing up for the English and British natives when we're all going to be replaced. And that's the view that he takes. He's very anti-Muslim. And look, we can all agree. We all hate it when any human being does a crime. Whether it's a Muslim doing a terrible crime, that's a terrible crime. We all hate criminals, people who hurt children. But you cannot tar 1.4 or 1 billion, however many muzzies there are in the world, with the same brush. You can't do it. You can disagree ideologically with the religion. You can criticize aspects of the religion. You know, fair game. We're in the free world here. No ideas are bigger than your freedom to criticize them. And may it long stay that way. Who's this fucking center-parted bloody blonde guy now? Move to some images of terrorism so I can wrap up my video. But, oh, there you go. He'll do. North FC. Love me, mum. 8 immigrants. 8 the neighbours. Simple as, mate. Anyway, this is Charlie Veach. I guess Tommy Robinson is no longer that dangerous.